Craig Wayne Boyd, congratulations. First of all, what an epic battle for the first night of the battle rounds on The Voice. How psyched are you?
I'm on about cloud 12 at this point.
And not only an epic battle, but you started off in a rehearsal with a jam session from Little Big Town. I mean, how cool was that?
Oh, my goodness. Those guys are just absolute perfection in harmonies. And so it was a blast to get to sing harmonies and jam out with them.
And you've only got a little time with Blake Shelton. So tell us the biggest thing you've learned from him.
Never take yourself too serious. What you see on TV is exactly what you get. He's a cut-up, he's fun, but when it gets down to business, he really knows his stuff.
Hey, he's had 3 wins, so I guess it's not by fluke, huh?
You know, I think the reason he does is because it's all about song choice.
Especially this season, all the singers are so unbelievably good.
Right?
You're up against some stiff competition.
I feel very honored to be in this group of folks. Man, it is just mind-blowing how good all of them are.
We may just be hearing your name, but those in Nashville have heard of you for a while.
I packed everything I could in the back of a pickup, sold what I couldn't, and I come out to Nashville to try to make a name for myself. And I figured out really quick that I was a small fish in a big old pond.
But doing well now that you've got some time on The Voice, and with the biggest surprise steal in Voice history, who would have thunk Gwen Stefani?
I know. You know, had I taken another step, I would not be on the show. I had already prepared myself. I was walking away, and as soon as I'd walked past her chair, I heard noise, and the stage lit up. I was like, okay, somebody just hit a button somewhere. I turned around, and it was her. It was mind-blowing.
Talk about going from the lowest low to the highest high in about 1.5 seconds.
Absolutely. I'm a guy, so who doesn't want to be stolen by Gwen Stefani?
What do you guys have planned? I mean, we're talking opposite ends of the spectrum here.
She has a lot to offer. Sticking true to myself and the style of country music that I like to do. So she's not trying to change any of that at all, but just hone those edges that I got.
I love your sound. We don't have any of that rock country sound on the radio right now.
You know, that's true. Something that stumbled across, I guess, because I grew up, my dad was a bluegrass player, and I started playing mandolin when I was 4 years old. And my mom carried me to a Pentecostal church. So those two things combined, you know, I was growing up dodging high heels, and when I think about Jesus, what he had done, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Combining those two things into my love of country music, that's really what comes out.
That's not a bad thing. Travis Tritt's had a heck of a career.
Right. And man, he's been tweeting me out and sending me congratulations. I am overly honored and flattered that he's got his support behind me.
Yep, I saw a tweet from Pat Green. Holy crap, I'm on The Voice.
Right. Yeah, and then he also posted a picture of he and Jack Ingram sitting out and watching the show together. I was like, man, that is just too cool. Two of my heroes growing up in the Texas market.
It's nice to know that your 10 years of hard work is finally paying off, isn't it?
You know, and that's one thing I always try to keep in my head. Give it up a whole lot just because of trying to pursue this thing called music and doing something that I just have the passion for. You know, some people go to college. I've kind of went to the School of Hard Knocks, moved out to Nashville to try to become a better country music entertainer.
On top of that, you got to raise a 2-year-old little boy.
With him coming into my life, he is definitely my rock star. He's who I'm doing it for at this point. I'm not scared to admit it. I've been more of a selfish guy and really focused on myself. Now I realize that there's a lot more to life. He's definitely changed my life.
You know, they say it's a cliche, kids change your life, but unless you have kids, you really don't understand that that's so true.
You could never be prepared. You could go to any kind of class, which I did. They try to tell you all of this stuff, but until you just experience it, you just don't know how much they really do change your life. I never knew I could love something more than my music.
That's saying a lot. You live and breathe your music. I mean, you'd have to be working the streets for 10 years in Nashville. Most people would just say, I give up.
That's what's crazy about it. The guys that I moved to town with, Randy Houser, Jeremy, Lee Bryce, all of these guys, before they had record deals, we were out there playing the clubs in Nashville, and I've been following those guys and learning good, bad, and ugly from them, and hopefully taking that and honing myself.
That's got to be a little frustrating, though, to see everybody pass you by.
Well, the old fisherman out on the boat said the most poignant thing that I've ever heard. We were talking about the fish, and he said, every fish has a date. And that's what I feel about my music career. Every career has a date, and it's just how long do you have to wait to get it?
I don't think you're going to have to wait much longer. Plus, you're heading into the knockout rounds, right? And your mentor this year is Taylor Swift.
You know, I'm really looking forward to chatting with Taylor. For one thing, I'll really respect and look up to her. She's created an empire around herself.
How about Pharrell? Have you got to spend any time with him? Because I love Blake and all, but Pharrell seems like the coolest dude on the planet.
He is absolutely the coolest dude on the planet. He and I have gotten in trouble a couple of times. Man, he's had a lot of great advice. I was extremely flattered that he turned around at the get-go. I tell you, he gave Blake a run for his money in my mind. I almost went that route, and ultimately I had to go with my gut, and Blake was my man.
Oh, my God. If you would have said Pharrell, I would have threw something at the television.
He was trying a hard bargain.
Good luck with Team Gwen. I hope you stick around for a while.
Thanks so much for taking this morning and spending it with me. Real appreciate it.